People pleasers are extremely dangerous. Alrighty, so here we are again. This is about being a people pleaser. Guys, grab your tea, coffee, matcha or whatever, because this video I think is going to be a very long video because I don't have any script or any preparation. I have some points on my phone though, and I will be referring to these points from time and again because I don't want to miss out giving you any of my life's lessons about people pleasing. Are you ready? Let's go for it. People pleasers are extremely dangerous. I'm going to unmask these people pleasers and I'm going to reveal their true face to you so that you are not hurt, so that they don't get you. I personally haven't come across anything like this on the internet. This is going to be a very interesting angle. So these people pleasers could be anywhere around you. They could be one of your family members, a work colleague, or a dear friend. You know how I know this? I know this because I used to be a people pleaser, a chronic level of people pleasing. They're always on the higher pedestal than me. And so I would constantly try so hard to fit in, try so hard to be liked, and I was beyond belief, all right? But then I did the work. You know, the first compliment I got after I finished my inner healing was someone called me selfish. And to me, that was a compliment. I'm like, yes, this technique is working. So in today's video, I'm going to open your eyes to a people pleaser's brain to show you what goes on in their head. Number 2, I'm going to unmask them and reveal their true face to you. Number 3, I'm going to make you aware of the harm that a people pleaser can cause in your life. And number 4, if you're a people pleaser and you want to stop being one, and you finally want to become that badass main character and be actually respected for it. They are dangerous. Why are they dangerous? And I opened this video saying that. You know why they are dangerous? It's because they are never authentic. They are never showing their true colors. They are never sharing their true feelings. They don't share honest feedback. They don't share their honest opinion. They're just there to please them, which is so unauthentic and so fake. You cannot trust them. You cannot trust their feedback. You cannot trust their opinion because you don't know what's going on in their head. So they are extremely dangerous. The second trait is that they are very, very manipulative. They have learned a different way to win this game of life. For them, it's like a coping mechanism where they need to people please, and because they are not authentic, they will end up being manipulative. Although they are not aware of it, they actually will end up being very manipulative, bending the truth, also lying. They think they are not, and they think that they are just doing it to keep themselves safe, which is a coping mechanism. So yeah, they are manipulative. So we have two so far. People pleasers are dangerous and people pleasers are manipulative. The third trait is that they will dominate people who are less vulnerable than them. For example, this can be their kids, or it can be animals, pets. Oh, my Cooper is right here. So they could be really dominating because at the end of the day, it has to balance out. So you know what happens is that you end up pleasing the wrong kind of people and not looking after those who depend on you, like your loved ones or your children. You know, you become very dominating, you're scolding them and you're trying to control them. But on the other hand, you are pleasing the husband who you are afraid of, you know. So it always balances out in one way or another. Okay, the next one is really interesting, where people pleasers will get their loved ones to also people please. So if you are a mother and you don't have the voice to stand up for yourself because you are in the people pleasing mode, you will expect your children to also people please. Your relatives, for example, your in-laws, you know, you will want your children to also people please, and you won't give them this name that you have to please them. You will just use terms like it's a good behavior, it's a good character thing, it's a moral thing to do, and you will hide behind these morals and, you know, character traits. But in reality, you just don't have the nerve to stand up for yourself, and you are imbibing in some way or another the same qualities in your children to also now, you know, bend before the dominant person, to bow before the dominant person, and to continue to people please. So you will expect that. And if you are in a couple's relationship, husband and wife, if the husband is a people pleaser, they will expect the wife to also do the same. You know, if they have a certain community where they need to keep face and they have to please these people, they will want the wife to continue to serve this community. They will expect the wife to, go over above and beyond in hosting them, because the husband is a people pleaser. They will expect the wife to follow along. The next trait that I have noticed in people pleasers, me and other people who I have seen and through my own lived experience, is that they will always play as the victim, because they don't have the strength to own it. They don't have the strength to reflect on their own behavior, on their own weaknesses. They will most of the time play as the victim. It's never their fault. It's never their fault. They can get angry very easily. They don't know how to cope. They don't know how to communicate, and they don't know how to regulate their nervous system. They can be very emotional. And this next one, this next trait, every bosses, if you are a manager, if you are a boss, then you have to be very careful of those employees who are people pleasers in your team. Why? Because they will always overpromise and underdeliver. So they cannot manage expectations. Just because they need to please you, if you are the boss, they will overpromise. I have been that. So I am not that anymore, because I would then drown in my own promises. So I have learned to say no, how to set boundaries and all that. This is for the people pleaser. So if you are one, this is what is happening in your life right now. Number one, your relationships are always strained. You never seem to keep everyone happy. Someone or other is always disappointed in you. No matter what you do, you go above and beyond, you stretch yourself, and still they are unhappy. Number two, no matter how much you give, it's never enough. Very related to number one. The more you give, the more they expect from you. It's like a never-ending game. There's no winning. The more you give, the more they are demanding. Number three, you never seem to receive equally back from those you are trying to please. When you need them, they are just not there. Does that resonate? That the more you give, the more they want. It's like never ending. You can never keep them happy. You can never please them. The irony of it. You're here to please them, but you never win. There's just always more that they keep asking from you. And this next one, it just hits home. It's sad. And here my heart goes out to you. You need to people please because you're afraid. It comes out of fear. You're afraid they will leave you. You're afraid they will abandon you. And so these are more deep traumas that you have had, of abandonment, of rejection. So you have to people please. So you live in this constant fear. What if I lose them? What if they think less of me? Judgment. What if they stop loving me? What if they stop needing me? You want to be desired by them. That's the coping mechanism, the survival instinct in you is to just go ahead and please them so I can keep them in my life. Why do you? Why do you want to please other people? What's the deep down trauma that you have? The first one, you are trapped in the body of an inner child. You were probably called names, you were judged, you were given conditions that if you don't please me, then I'm going to do this. So there was always this fear. And so you're still trapped in the body of that child till you don't do the inner child healing, which I do in my coaching program. And if you're interested, the link is all in the description. You can work with me. But yeah, you need to heal that inner child. Till you don't do that, it doesn't matter you're 60, 70, you will continuously be that because you haven't healed the inner child in you. This second reason, there's a special club that you got to belong. You have to be a certain way to belong in that club. So you have to dress in a certain way, you have to speak in a certain way. You just have to have this a different character. You have to be a completely different identity to belong. And so growing up, you were not accepted into that club because you didn't deserve to be in that club, but you wanted to belong. You wanted to be with them because in your eyes, the girls or the boys in that club are on a higher pedestal than you. So you got to now please them so that they give you entry, so that they have some mercy on you and they can let you in. And this next reason is for couples. You may have a partner who is constantly abandoning you or constantly threatening you that they will abandon you. And you want to be loved by them, not thinking about what your love language is. You don't care whether you get or receive. As long as you keep on pleasing them, they will stay in your life and they will continue to love you. So it's a very conditional kind of a love. The other thing that I have seen in ethnic societies, especially Indians, is that if the man leaves, then it's the woman's fault that the woman did not do enough to keep him in her life. It is the woman's responsibility to keep the man happy so that they don't stray, so that they don't go into extramarital affairs. It's on the woman. If you are that woman that you become the badass and you say, F off, I'm on my own merry way, the society does not allow you that. They don't respect you for that. The community that you are in are just not ready for it. So you end up leaving that community basically. So that's the price you have to pay, that's the cost. This is what I did. These are my personal hacks of how I came about overcoming being a people pleaser. Number one, I started feeling really bad about myself. All this time, I was thinking that I am a good girl, I am a good person, and I used to tell myself that. And I should feel good about myself because I am a good girl. At the end of the day, I am ticking everybody's boxes. At least I'm trying to see how such a decent, nice woman I am. So I should be feeling good about myself. But there came a point where I wasn't feeling good about it. It almost felt like an insult when somebody said, you are such a forgiving person, you are such a good girl. To me, it was a slap on my face. It's like, inside I was laughing at myself. And you have no idea. I mean, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be called that. It's like a huge insult to me. And I started realizing how bad it made me feel pleasing somebody. I was just filled with loath. I had no respect for myself for being that way. So that was the first hit that I got of snapping out of it and coming out of this whole good girl syndrome. That's why I keep calling it the good girl syndrome, because it is that. I don't want to be called the good girl anymore. I want to be bad. Yes. Call me selfish. Yes, it's a compliment to me now. And after that, I went into my inner healing. I did lots of self-reflection. I did lots and lots of journaling. And I went and did Louise Huckstep's coaching, a 3-day coaching in Gold Coast. Apart from that, the whole of the 2025 I spent when I turned 50 last year. I did so much of inner work, and I was journaling every process that I'm going through. These are very personal processes. I then created the whole coaching program and I teach my exact processes. The journaling, what it did was it gave me awareness. There's a lot of techniques that I've used, but I'll share one with you, which is the mirror principle. And I used to see myself as a separate entity. So I would separate my identity from the one who was people pleasing, and I could watch myself people please. And when that happened, I said, I'm not you. You want to people please that woman, you want to people please that man, you go ahead, do that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not you. So I suddenly saw a separation of an identity, and that made me even more self-aware. As soon as I separated the identity and I did my inner work, my awareness went to people who were not people pleasing. I could now see these girls and these women or men who are their own character. They have integrity. They have a self-awareness. They have got a self-identity. They've got a self in the first place. I did not have a self because I was like molding into everybody's mold. And I was trying to take the shape of everybody's mold, and I had no shape of my own. I did not have any identity of my own. And so when last year I went through this entire spiritual awakening and all my identities were like disappeared and I was left with nothing, then I was of no shape, right? And that was the perfect time to actually give whatever shape I wanted to give it, right? And I don't want to get into that because that will be a completely different topic. But yeah, I started observing these other people who were the opposite of me. They were not being called selfish. They were not trying to please anybody, and they could get away not pleasing anybody. And in fact, they were respected, placed on a high pedestal just by being themselves, just by being authentic, just by being, just by owning who they really are, without apology, without any guilt. And so then I understood that there are two types of people: either be the people pleaser or be the one that people pleasers worship. And then I was just ready to let that go, let that identity go, buried her, killed her. And from that time on, it's all about me. I come first. I love you, but I love me more. Samantha's quote from the Sex and the City still resonates with me. that I love you, but I love me more. And I do that guilt-free, I do that unapologetically. So I'm always trying to fill my own cup, and I'm ready to walk alone. If you want to walk with me, well and good, it's a bonus, but I'm not here to please you and cut myself short of what I'm capable of. Number one, build self-worth. Work on your self-worth, work on your self-esteem, and understand where worth comes from. And I have so many videos on this topic. I'll just give you the quick formula here. Worth comes from this feeling of deserving. When do you feel that I have earned it, I deserve this? When there is clear evidence that you took certain actions that gave you rewards and achievements in life, right? And that's where the worth comes from. But if you don't have any evidence in your life of actions that you took that gave you achievements and rewards, then basically you have just not done enough. As simple as that. You just have to do more so that you are filled with this evidence, you are filled with self-esteem and self-worth. I learned to say no. I actually learned in a very polite way, assertive, firm, compassionate, and kind. How to say no. It's an art. Not many people know that, and that's why there are so many people who avoid taking phone calls, or they avoid communicating with their partners just because they just don't know how to say no. And then stop over explaining. Don't keep saying, I'm sorry, oh, thank you, I'm sorry. I mean, these two words are not for every occasion. You don't have to be sorry all the time. So stop over apologizing, over explaining yourself. And people pleasers will do that. They continuously, they have to share, they have to justify themselves so that they are not being judged, so that they are not being criticized, so that people accept them, so that they can belong. You have to be okay being uncomfortable. It's going to be very, very uncomfortable in the beginning because you are going against your identity. You have to let people be disappointed. I'm going to leave the pyramid of frequency somewhere here. And it's just different levels. There is a fear, guilt, shame, and then you've got joy, excitement, and enlightenment. So all these frequencies are there. Now you're rising on that frequency. And when you rise on that frequency, you will meet different type of people. You will meet people who are authentic. You will meet people who you are ready for now, right? Because now you are not a people pleaser anymore. So you have to leave this particular level. Right? So you are probably operating on level 2 or 3, and now you're going on level 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, whatever. And so now when you rise yourself, you have to let go of these people because they are still there. They still are familiar with the old you. And so you becoming this new identity, they cannot recognize you anymore. So there will be conflicts and you may lose certain people. But let me just give you a reassurance here. You may lose a few people, yes, but not all of them. People who genuinely love you and who really want you in their lives, you will meet a different version of them when you go up here, right? So when you are on level 10 and 12, you will meet the same person with that version, that particular characteristics. You never got the taste or the verge of that version. You never got to know this person at that level because you were here. You were at the bottom, so you met that version of them. When you rise, you will meet the other version of them who are also at that level 10. So that's a reassurance that you don't lose everybody. That you will lose a few people who were there for the wrong reasons anyways. They were there to actually get more and more from you. They were the one who was selfish, not you. And just a reminder that it's not your job to manage everybody. It's not your job to please everybody. You just be you. And in the process, if people are getting pleased by you, then it's a bonus. But it's not your intention. It's not your purpose. You live only once, and this life is yours. It is not theirs. And nobody cares whether you are happy or sad, successful or a failure. Nobody really cares. So just do you, be you, rightfully you, unapologetically you, authentically you, with all the flaws and imperfections. Just be you, own yourself. So that's it from me today. This was a really long video, but I wanted to cover all base. My heart goes out to you because I have been one, and I was in this bondage of being in this mode to where I need to constantly look out for other people, keep them happy, keep the peace, keep harmony. I'm no Mother Teresa and I don't intend to be one. I am a compassionate person, yes, but at the same time, I have to fill my cup in order to fill others. So I would fill my cup first so that I can continue to give and care for other people. And that's where I'm at the moment. I'm not being arrogant about it. I'm not being unkind or selfish at all. This is actually self-love and being selflessly self-love. Don't know if that made sense, but yeah, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments and share your feedback. And if you want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, then I provide personal coaching. You can book a free clarity call and find out if we are a good fit as a coach and a mentor. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.